Good evening, people. This is Jack Daniels at the Boxing Trainers Channel. And let me further indicate that, in my humble opinion, I believe that I am one of, if not the best boxing trainer slash coach in the business. Now, I guess that's yet to be determined because no one knows anything of my professional skill set when it comes to boxing. And I understand that that is yet to be determined. But I'm just letting the record reflect that before um, the end of the day, if you know what I mean, you will find out about my skill set when it comes to boxing and the regiment that I demand on my fighters to be the best in the world, because that's the way I get out. You know what I mean? It's like when I boxed, what I demanded on myself, I demand on my fighters today. And the skill set that I represented was pretty unique in and of itself. I believed in the philosophical approach to boxing the same way Muhammad Ali did. And that was float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, right? Hit, not be hit was my philosophy, right? And actually, I'm going to say this again, I was good. I was good. I was a middleweight, and I believed that the best in the business, although no one never knew because I never got to the point where I was in the ring in a professional level, right? But I have been in the ring, and I have fought for prizes, and I left the ring undefeated. I left the ring undefeated because what I put into my skills, that's what I left with, and I left undefeated. I actually believe that there was no one in the middleweight division that could whoop me. I mean, for a fighter, that's the mindset that he must maintain if he considers himself good. Not to mention uh, attempting to reach greatness. You have to believe that there is no one on the planet that can beat you. That's the way I train, right? So I kind of feel like people would be a little hesitant for me to train them because I'm a no nonsense professional, right? I'm a no nonsense coach. I don't, you know, I say that because I look at fighters today and like their I want to say their moral worth in the ring demonstrates to me that either they don't pay attention or they're not good fighters. Because most of the people who are on a pretty elite level and make a substantial amount of money, right? I just don't see them being even good. And I'm going to give you an example. No disrespect intended. I'm going to give you an example and point to Ryan Garcia, right? Ryan Garcia, to me, is not a good boxer. Of course, he has a certain skill set that people would look at him and think or say or suggest that, man, he's bad. But I mean, for me, as a trainer and as a coach and as an ex professional boxer, I just don't see him um, rising to the occasion of being great. I mean, not even good. His his behavior in the ring is lacking um, um, discipline. Discipline is a word. It's lacking discipline. right? His skill set, his movement is really, I mean, it's unusual to say the least to me, as I see things, right? I mean, his punches are inaccurate. It appears to me that he's an easy target to be pounced on. And not saying that he's like that because he wants to be like that. In my opinion, I want to get to that in a minute. It is the trainer, the coach, that allows his boxers to go along with whatever program that the trainer is creating for the boxer. He lets him go on that way until the end of the day. So whatever he achieves, it's really not per se because of his skills. In Ryan Garcia's case, it's because of his talent. It's because that he is a entertainer. That's what Ryan Garcia is to me. He's an entertainer, right? He's really not a good boxer. No disrespect to him. I like him a lot, and if I was training him, and if he had the mindset of being disciplined, paying attention, following instructions, right, I would make him a champion. I would make Ryan Garcia a champion of the world. It's kind of difficult for probably for the audience to say, well, who the hell do he think he is? I think I'm a great coach. That's what I think I am. And no, excuse me, that's not what I think. That's what I know I am. The way that I get out in reference to what I expect of a fighter, right? He must be great when I finish with it because I demand of him nothing short of greatness. But that's another story. That's another story. Is just to be determined. Now let's talk a little bit about the Shakur Stevenson and the Edwin de los Santos fight. Right. See if I can get into the general dynamics of the pros and cons of what really transpired. Now, in my opinion, Shakur Stevenson actually wasn't prepared to do what was expected of him, do what that he probably could have done had he not, had he been prepared. Like the not putting himself in a position where he could counter not Edwin de los Santos' punches, but his movement. Right? Shakur Stevenson didn't put himself in a position where he could be less of a target than he thought he was. That's what his problem was. He convinced himself that he couldn't get punched by De Los Santos because it was probably had a heavy impact on his career that night, right? Because De Los Santos did have a punch. He was well grounded in his ability to punch, and Shakur Stevenson went in there with that mindset that he couldn't get hit because it would probably take him out. That's what he went in there with, right? He wasn't psychologically prepared to go in there and work what he knew in his heart that he could do. He wasn't able to work his talent in to what he knew he could do. That's what I mean. Okay, and because of that, all he did was stay out of the way of Edwin de los Santos' punching power. That was his whole mindset. To stay out of the way. I'm going to stay out of the way and try to do what I can with that in mind. With that in mind of not getting hit. Okay? Not saying that Shakur didn't have the ability to, because I think that he did, but he was psychologically and mentally unprepared to do the things that he naturally does. Therefore, it was just like he wasn't even in the ring to a certain degree, if you understand what I mean, right? That was really not Shakur Stevenson. That was somebody, some frightened fighter that's in there running for his life. And I want to say, I want to take I want to give a shout out to Los Santos uh, for putting Shakur in a position where he felt the way that he did. That took a little preparation in and of itself, in the sense that actually both of them was a little fearful of one another. But I'm gonna still give a shout out to Dos Santos because his prior fights left a lasting impact on Shakur Stevens to the point where I can't do that one. I can't get punched by Dos Santos. And the thing about De Los Santos was he didn't have the ability, and again, this is not primarily his fault only. Since the coach has to take responsibility for some of it too, he wasn't able to cut the ring off. He wasn't able to put your core in a position where he could pop it. That in and of itself was because he didn't have the training necessary to be able to cut off the ring, get in close enough to stop Shakur from ripping and running, right? That is a technique that was available to him, but he just didn't have the necessary training to get the job done. And again, it goes to the coach, the trainer, not so much the fighter. The fighter is supposed to take heed to what the trainer tells him. And on both sides of the ring, I can honestly say I don't think that either fighter was taking or paying much attention to what the coach was saying. Everything that the coach was telling him to cut the ring off, those get close enough, or to get close enough while you move forward to throw a jab, or to throw a hook, or to throw a right hand, right? I mean, those are things while you move forward to keep the mindset of your opponent off balance to the point where eventually he's going to stumble, or eventually he's going to put himself in a position where you're going to be able to hit him. But that the mindset is what is necessary to put the fighter in a position where he can move forward, cut the ring off, and punch. As simple as that, in my opinion. Right. So with that in mind, I just wanted to share that with y'all and keep my stuff going. And hopefully one day you guys will get a chance to view a real trainer come from scratch to the top. And I assure you one day before the lights go out, right, that'll happen. So that's all I got for y'all tonight. I would appreciate it, you good people that's following me, and I really appreciate you that you would hit the subscription button, hit the like button, and I'm out of here. Y'all take it easy, and may God bless you. I'm getting good with this.